Tom Holland is a weedy little prick and I'm sick of pretending he's not. Every 5 minutes, I see his face plastered all over every aspect of pop culture. Movies, TV shows, games, stage shows, he's friggin' everywhere. You want the new Spider-Man? Well, here he is. Fucking Nathan Drake in Uncharted? Here's your boy. How about little Billy Elliot, the little kid with a big heart and the big tap shoes to fill? There he is, right there. Just look at him. Like, look at this dude, okay? Just look at him. This is his peak. This is peak natty for him. Small, witty, and to the kids on TikTok, absolutely ripped. You know what? I honestly reckon that I could beat him in a fight, okay? Now, that's a pretty big assumption, I know. He's a skinny white kid with money. I'm a skinny white kid with no money. We're nothing alike. Therefore, to convince you all that I could achieve this feat, I'm going to turn to a greater power than myself. Science. To break this down in a realistic manner, we're going to have to critically evaluate the evidence. See, I can't just log on to Tom's Wikipedia bio and assume that everything there is all hunky-dory. No, that'd be f***ing stupid, and it'll leave me vulnerable. I can already imagine the cheeky little prick sitting on the other end of the computer just trying to beef up his bicep side a little bit, I hate him. I also can't start claiming shit without evidence, because that'd be counterproductive to an otherwise serious topic.
My dog stepped on a bee.
So I'm going to get a little bit sciencey and use a specific method to fix this up. Specifically, I'm going to be using a biopsychosocial framework. To those of you who aren't tens of thousands of dollars in debt because of the global conspiracy known as tertiary education, the biopsychosocial model is an interdisciplinary model that looks at the interconnection between biology, psychology, and socio-environmental factors. You've got the biology part that accounts for genetics and health. Then you've got the psychology part, which discusses psychological stuff and behaviour. Finally, you've got the social factors, which account for relationships with others, socio-economic status, and overall access to cash money. Essentially, it accounts for different aspects of one's life, but as a whole. Usually, it's used to study a patient's health or personality or their overall development, but I'm going to use it to promote an all-out fistfight with a celebrity. I'm going to use this framework as a model for comparison. One side for me and one side for Tom. This will present itself as a little bit of a tail of the tape kind of thing, promoting a fair face-off and allowing us to analyse each other's weaknesses. Cheeky spoiler though, I have none. Of all the different aspects we have, Tom and I share a pretty similar biology. Fuck, if it wasn't for the obvious difference in income, popularity, and the shitty accent, I'd say that he could easily pretend to be me for a day and get away with it. Not because of the looks, but because the people around me probably wouldn't give a shit that I was gone, and would happily accept a substitute. Specifically, our genetics are both out of the pasty white boy archetype, but despite this, we both have unique traits available for contrast. According to Tom's profile, he's descended from British lineage, meaning he has the traits of either a lion-hearted king or a Liverpoolian hooligan. In contrast, since I'm an Aussie, it's likely that I've descended from any number of criminals/immigrants from Europe, including Scottish, British and Irish people, with the last indicating that we are indeed genetically predispositioned to meet on the field of battle. Regardless, it can be seen that we both share similar genetic potential stemming from the Commonwealth. Despite this wealth of working class magic, we've both failed our ancestors and winded up skinny and white. Tom is versatile in dance, gymnastics and boxing, meaning that he's rather flexible. However, he's also a friggin' twink, meaning there's little chance of him actually using these skills to his advantage in a fight. In comparison, I can easily bench 220 without breaking a sweat, and I'm also on a permanent strong list plus GOMAD diet. However, I also have poor eye coordination, stemming from my many years spent with glasses and crippling astigma. However, it's also worthwhile noting the differences in our makeup related to the presence of substances. As we all know, Tom's career is one based in Hollywood, but more specifically, one underneath the child star banner. Therefore, a potential assumption is that Tom may have taken substances. Steroids, which I respect because we're not at all discussing the possibility of booger sugar. In comparison, I was raised in a God-fearing Christian household, and I was only allowed to play on specific Minecraft servers to avoid cussing. Therefore, I was not in any position to absorb drugs through my skin. Therefore, while both of us have our strengths and weaknesses, I'm willing to concede this round as a draw. While our biologies have pretty even playing fields, when it comes to psychology, things begin to heat up a little. For starters, both Tom and I are guided by different principles, philosophies and motivations in life. If we were to sum up the principles that Tom lives by, it'd be through the use of the term, with great power comes great responsibility. Not because he played a character who's based around that entire catchphrase, but because as a celebrity, he wields the power to influence impressionable young minds into impersonating his actions. In comparison, as a member of the C Nation, my principles revolve around hustle, loyalty and respect. Partially because I believe in working hard, staying faithful and showing appreciation where it's due, but also because I fucking love the United States Marine Corps.
The fuck are you even doing here? Sir, I got lost on the way to college, sir!
If we compare these two beliefs on an intrinsic and extrinsic motivation scale, it becomes clear that I am the one who has the edge when it comes to the strength of will. Moving on from beliefs, we should also discuss our mindsets. See, Tom's grown up in the child acting game. He's spent his life around grifters and nutters, egomaniacs and outcasts. As a result, I'm pretty sure that the degeneracy of Hollywood and the influence of the big mouse has been ingrained into him for some time. It's probably also the same reason as to why he still looks like a 16-year-old pretty boy many years later. It's because he sold his soul to the business a while back. Therefore, Tom is mentally weak. He has no idea how to operate in the real world, and without his acting career, he has nothing. Me, on the other hand, well, I'm literally built different. My mindset has been developed, harnessed, warped and rebuilt countless times over an existence expanding a millennia of knowledge. I train with monks in monasteries far beyond your wildest comprehension. I expose myself to cringe on a daily basis to build up a tolerance. Furthermore, wherever possible, I take long drives in my car to immerse myself in a Ryan Gosling state of mind, alongside avoiding women at all costs. The result of all these factors summing together is the development of a Sigma male grindset, a fluid, ever-changing yet solid state of mind that allows me to rise to the top of and control my relevant social hierarchy, in a based and/or red-pilled fashion. Look, I'm going to be honest and unbiased for a second here, guys. I'm pretty sure when it comes to psychology, I'd pull off the W here, you know what I'm saying? When it comes to one's background, the social environment is critical for, well, socialization. Therefore, it'll prove a deciding factor in regards to who will come out on top in this clash of wills. In regards to physical environment, both of us couldn't be any more different. Tom lives in Britain, specifically the cesspool known as London. Since the early 1800s, Britain has been a place of criminals, gangs and hoodlums, all who live and breathe with the sole purpose of sowing dissent and anarchy. And Britain is like that to this day. It's cold, it smells, and it's under the thumb of a ruthless monarchy. To survive in such an environment, Tom would have to be a madman, meaning he's probably developed a resistance to such challenges. I, however, live in the comparatively beautiful Australia. Warm, beautiful and sprawling. This environment is tough, intimidating and sometimes deadly, as shown by the various stereotypes we all know and love. However, Australia is considered to be a paradise in comparison to Britain, meaning that I've probably become a wee bit relaxed and docile over time, while Tom has constantly been kept on his toes throughout every daily commute through London. In regards to socio-environmental factors, Tom also may have an edge here. Tom has a wide circle of support, both from his loving family and from his Hollywood entourage. Look at these people. Degenerates, hellraisers, heathens, all who have taught Holland everything he knows. Brawling, murder, fraud, signing a Disney Plus contract. All truly daunting skills that I have no defense against. In comparison, I have very little. I'm a lone drifter, a wanderer, a gambler and a lover. I've nobody to rely on but myself, meaning that I have no support. Without support comes emotion, and with emotion can come weakness, and with weakness can come loss. Therefore, I'm at a significant disadvantage. As a result, I'm going to be fair and reasonable. Tom has me beat here due to coming from a hellish country and because of his abhorrent relations with his friends and family. In conclusion, if we take the evidence into account, Tom Holland and I seem evenly matched. By consulting a biopsychosocial framework, we can see the strengths, weaknesses and otherwise saucy attributes that both of us hold near and dear, in turn allowing for a direct evaluation of the final outcome of a potential confrontation. When it comes to biology, Tom and I are evenly matched. Psychology proves itself to be my strength, while in comparison, Tom's socio-economic environment has proven itself to be his. This indicates that, when across a series of different variables, the evidence proves that I could indeed kick Tom Holland's ass. But at the end of the day, evidence is nothing without testing. Therefore, to show that I could indeed beat Tom Holland in a fight, I have to actually prove it. Now, originally I was going to show up to the premiere of Spider-Man No Way Home and challenge him there, but William Dafoe was in the area, and that scared the absolute shit out of me. So since I can't confront him directly, there's only one thing I can do. Challenge him right here and right now. Tom, you cheeky bugger, how you doing, son? Look, mate, you and I both know that this whole thing's been a long time coming, okay? Ever since we were both born on the same day on that volcano with all the people making sacrifices to the sun and all that, this moment has been set in stone. Now, all that's left is the final battle, which poses the question, are you gonna step up to the plate and prove your worth against me? Or are you just gonna let Robert Downey Jr. fight your battles for you again? I probably know that he's not going to be there. He's got a busy schedule, all right? So we'll have to organise something between ourselves. So, if you want to meet up and tussle with me, have a bit of a 1v1, just give me a time, okay? Send me something, arrange a timetable, and my Insta DMs are wide open, all right? Also, if you could do me a cheeky favour and give me a ride to the event, I'd be massively appreciative, my man, okay? You'd be helping a brother out. I mean, I'd go myself, but then I'd have to ask my parents for the key to the minivan, and then they'd just offer to take me themselves, and it just wouldn't work out, okay? It just doesn't seem fitting for this kind of event, all right? Just do what you can, get back to me, and just give me something to work with, okay? Give me something to work with. Could you get Marissa Tomei to call me back?